Hello and welcome back, superheroes. I am Ted Davies, and this is Ted Davies Artistry on air. I don't know if you can still see that sign, it's a little blurry, but what isn't blurry is what we're going to be talking about today. How do you run a successful business on a shoestring? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple things that I do to save a few pennies here and there, and hopefully it will be something that you can implement and save a few dollars too and build your business. So let's get to it. Look, the best way to run a business is to be frugal, I believe. You have to invest some money. I don't spend frivolously. I try to estimate the exact value of what I'm investing in, and it makes all the difference. You know, sometimes you're going to have to put some money into things. That's part of it. But when it boils down to it, the more money in and the less money out is really the best way to make a business thrive. That's step one. Now we're going to get into one of my sketches here in a minute that I've been working on during the week and I just wanted to kind of throw that in. If you guys are listening to the audio podcast, try us out on YouTube. See what you think. Go to Ted Davies Artistry, be part of Ted's Tribe, and subscribe. And we would love to have you part of that group. It's a great way to see the visual side of the art too versus the audio that you're listening to. So check it out. So there's a top 5 structure on this of how to build a business on a shoestring budget. The first one, like I said, is being frugal. Shop pricing, figure out the best way that you can make an economic decision on any of it. That makes sense. Save as much money as you can. I'm going to state this right now that you are the content when it comes to podcasting or YouTube or any of this other stuff. You're the content, not the videos you make, not the podcasts that you record. You are. So the internet and the phone, the software and the website are super important because that's getting your message out there. What you record your videos on or your podcasting, that's up to you. But I would suggest be as frugal as you can with this. Bundle the packages if you can, depending on the companies, what have you. I'm not going to get into pricing because that's not part of this podcast. But I think that you just look at the best deal for what you have in your area. The software that I use is StreamYard for my broadcasting and that. Fantastic. They offer a free version, I think, still. We've since subscribed to the more pro version because we needed it because of the podcasting that we do. I use Squarespace for my website, which is fantastic. I love Squarespace. I am not paid by either one of them yet, by StreamYard or by Squarespace. I know eventually I will be, hopefully. But affiliate marketing is a huge part of business building as well. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Affiliated marketing. It's basically you refer products and you get paid, essentially, in a nutshell. The companies that offer affiliated marketing will give you a link that people can shop through your link, and you get a small commission for what you've referred. So check all that out. I mean, that's a whole nother podcast, and we're going to actually go through that, I believe, on the next podcast. So stay tuned on that one. And this brings us to number 3, diversifying. Diversification is so paramount in your business. I do a lot of different things. I'm a co-publisher for Comics Unlimited magazine. I do my YouTube channel. I do comic books. I do books. I do my artwork. I do digital PDF work. There's a lot of things that I do that allow me different income streams. Super, super important. Diversification is key in business building. I suggest that you really look at that and take a deep dive into diversification of your things that you produce if you're a creative. And in business, I think it's so, so important. Number 4, figure out your margins of your products that you sell. Now, we all need to know what we make on what we make. It's paramount, especially if we're running a business. If it's a hobby, well, it's really not that important, I guess. But if you're in profit for business, that is, you have to figure out what you're making on what you're making. So I know in the years that I spent in retail, usually 30% margin was where we would start out, what they call 30 points, and it would go up from there, of course. You figure out what you put into the product, time, everything else, materials, and then mark it up 30%. I think that's a good basis of it. As an artist, I can't really do that now because I've got hourly rates that I charge. But for other people, it's a good idea. Find out what your margins are. It's extremely important. Really get down to the nuts and bolts of it so that you've got some hard numbers that you know what you're working with so that you can become profitable very quickly. And it brings us to the final. Number 5. Where do you work from? What's your studio space if you're an artist or what have you? Do you work outside the home? I suggest when you're starting out, work from home. If the pandemic taught any of us how to work from home, start working from home if you can do it. I know that some of us, if it's hazardous materials, if we're working with that as artists or as a welder or as a glass blower or something like that, you might not be able to do that from your home. But for the majority of the creatives, the painters, the comic book artists, and writers and that, work from home. Find a place that you can actually have a door that you can shut and stay away from everybody else, the fur babies or the regular kids or other family members, and have a space for yourself. Work from home. Get some tax breaks too. I'm not a tax advisor. You can check that out with your local accountant and that, but that is an avenue that I consider such a blessing to be able to work from home. The commute's great. You don't use any fuel in your vehicle. You might even be able to reduce your vehicle expenses on that. In that case, I know we do. So there's all kinds of things you can do when you work from home. I suggest you totally look at that benefit. I've been so fortunate to be working from home, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys are liking this artwork, by the way. I've been doing this artwork for about, the last 30 or 40 days online, and they've been so well received. There's going to be, I think, a few art books that we're going to be bringing out with these sketches. Let me know what you guys think, if you would like to purchase one, if I do bring them out. I might suggest that we do maybe some calendars of them and that type of thing. But been very, very happy with everybody that's been inspired by them, and it's been just such a joy. It's a lot of fun for me to do these daily, just to do something fresh and new, and I'm glad people are starting to enjoy them. And it means a lot to me. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the artwork and what you'd like to see next. It's been fun to hear people's comments and just on how they're looking at the drawings and the sketches and the colors and everything. It's just been a really great experiment, but also very humbling too. The daily post of these sketches, the sketchbook that I've been working on, has been very therapeutic, almost cathartic in a way. And I'm just over the moon that people have been enjoying it, and that they've been part of this journey with me. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think about it.